I said, what do you call a Russian with 3 balls? Ujanika Bolakov. Anyway, hello and welcome to Not Another Leeds podcast with me, your madman, Daniel. Welcome to this week's podcast. James is on his way. He's stuck in traffic on the planet Mars, I believe. Kev won't be here this week. He's actually bowling against the kingpin himself, Donald Trump. Who knows? But please do welcome my 2 guests this week. We have Jay Cartier, the young Gimli, who's playing the biopic, I believe, coming out soon. How are we, Jay?
All being well, mate. I'm hoping for that, that Hollywood movie check. I'm not bad. I'm buzzing. I'm very, very tired. I'm really just barely alive.
Emotionally drained.
Yeah, couldn't be happier.
I agree. And we have who I like to call my Paul Daddy. How are we, Paul Daddy?
Danny Double D's. I am absolutely firing on all cylinders. That's a complete lie. I am shattered. Mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. I'm shattered. But other than that, no, I'm good. How can we not be good? Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, exactly, mate.
I've been tired for 2 weeks. I swear to God, I've never felt like this.
Have you just been laying down for 2 weeks? Is that it?
yeah. Just like unable to cope.
I just find it absolutely crazy how the hardest game on paper, we've seen was the game yesterday. I genuinely thought it was the hardest game. When you got Bristol and that we've played. I just think, he's here. Welcome, James. How are we? Just in time.
Hi. Just in time.
Yeah, I'm just getting just in time to give us your thoughts on how you're feeling after yesterday's game.
I feel fine. I feel a lot like I did the start of the season. Just all expected for me. Just very justified in my faith. I'm very, very, very happy. That was right.
Good. Because let's be fair. You have been saying we're going to do it, even in the lowly depths of despair. You raised us up with your 7-0 predictions, and one of which came true. Yeah. Right then, let's.
It did. Yeah, should have had more. A lot more, to be fair.
That's true. That is very, very, very true. I just want to say a quick hello to our member, our sole member, Mr. 78 RPM Savio. Welcome back, sir. Appreciate you being here. Right then.
You shouldn't be talking to your member too much, Danny.
Well, I like to give it a nice, talking to now and then, just make sure it just stays in line.
Stay quiet.
Oh, this member. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. So many innuendos. Paul, after an emotional, draining day yesterday, I mean, there's no way to start except at the end, if that makes sense. What a time to win a game of football.
Yeah, 91st minute, you can't. It's the 4th time now this season that I can think of off the top of my head that we've actually done that. So I'm ecstatically happy with how that ended and how that finished. So that's, for me, it was. I genuinely didn't think we were going to do it. But then I tried a bit of reverse psychology. I thought if I put it down in the group chat, then it'll happen. And luckily this time it did. And yeah, just out of nowhere, just Solomon putting that one in, making it, and watching all of the away fans literally just concertina into a smaller group of players, watching the guy in black who was in the Plymouth section run out onto the pitch, then back on again into the Leeds end. It was just great. It was just fantastic. We did it, and like I said, I'm happy. Inwardly, I'm absolutely fizzing. Outwardly, I'm an absolute physical wreck. Is just all that I can say at the moment. So I've got to try and pep talk myself ready for tomorrow. But yeah, it just
physically fizzing.
Yeah, that's the right one. My jingles have tingled immensely this season, and now I'm like what's the right way of saying it? I'm like a dried up prune. I'm like a grape that has turned into the raisin. I am like a mummy that has been dug up after 100 years. I'm just,
wow.
I'm dry. I'm dry. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm dry.
You're like the ghoul from Fallout. Just brought out
Yes,
your
yeah,
coffee.
yeah. Very
That's what it is,
much
yeah. Jay, I'll come to you, mate. Obviously, I mean, if the winning goal to give us the championship. I mean, I screamed. My kids were playing outside on the street, not in traffic, just trying to dodge the cars, and apparently they could hear me from, they could hear me from the living room. But first and foremost, look how ripped he is.
I know. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy stuff. That's like Marvel
He's
Comics
got an
stuff.
8-pack.
Yeah, he's got an 8-pack on his 8-pack. That's how great stuff. But how did you feel after going? Did you float in the air? Did you arise like Jesus did last weekend?
I did. I were resurrected out of my seat, mate. I was sat there, and after that bloody disallowed goal, another one. I thought, oh, we're gonna get screwed here. It's all gonna go tits up, and it's gonna be awful. And then just absolute relief when that went in. I don't care about like before saying, oh yeah, I'm not bothered for the title. Once you're in that game and you're neck and neck with Burnley, it's just you've got to have it, haven't you? You've got to win it.
Yeah, you do, mate. Honestly,
sure.
I bloody hell, I don't. It blew my socks off. Absolutely blew. Thanks to everyone. All just Joe's raiding us. Thanks everyone for coming. Wowza, just inundated with comments all at once. James, how did you feel when that goal went in, buddy? I mean,
I was devastated, obviously, because no, well, like everybody else, mate. It was for me. It was an inevitable thing. I thought we were going to score the goal. I did have that doubt, like Jay just said, about us being denied the title from an offside goal that was an actual goal. Like, I had that. Probably every Leeds fan did when that goal went in and realised it wasn't offside. Everyone probably thought we're not going to win it now, and that's going to be the big talking point about it. But then on the other hand, I always thought that we've got it in us to score a goal, and we're good at scoring late goals. I like the way it happened as well. I like the drama that it added, because I mean, smashing them 7-0 would have been great to get the 100 goals, but just that added little bit of going behind and then leaving it late. It was nice for us to experience all the emotions of that. But it was always going to happen for me. So
yeah,
good times.
I mean, you had to believe, because the amount of times that we've done it this season, it's been. I mean, we did it 2 weeks in a row. We did it at Sheffield United and Sunderland the week before, and I've just seen this comment. El Loco, as soon as you said that, it started jittering. Well timed. Yeah, so we'll go.
Don't fucking jinx it.
We had to wait.
Don't jinx it.
I know, yeah. Well, mine were a bit fizzy in the back room with Paul. Now we'll talk about the game as a whole.
He's going to massage the hamster to get it. I don't know what that hand signal was. Sorry,
he's
going to massage the hamster to get it going. Sorry,
my hamster's also really dry at the moment.
Now there were that first half were a bit dreadful for me, and I tweeted that Nonto, and it just seemed, I thought he were a bit off. His touch were a bit heavy at times. Brendan Aronson for me, I just thought all the big chances were just landing to him, and the only thing I'd trust him with is the ring to throw into Mount Doom. Jay, you know Frodo quite personally.
I do.
Just
a friend of mine.
Talk to me. I mean, that first half was, for me, it was very subpar for me.
It were pretty garbage to me. I thought, this is shit. This is one of the worst performances of the season. And I just thought, we were going to screw this up here. But then, second half, I started to get back into it a bit, and I was like, nah, fuck that. It's our season this year. It's our season. It's going to go our way. But the first half, it were hard to watch. And it were just opposite of what any of us expected, I think, after the way we've been playing. I think we all probably expected Leeds to come out and just go at them. And it just felt like we were making mistake after mistake. And Nonto, as you say, I thought at half-time, get him off, because he were terrible. He kept trying to take people on, but losing the ball. He wasn't getting any joy at all. Nothing were going for him. Aronson, same. Nothing were working for him. And I thought, we're going to have to make changes here or this is gone.
Yeah, I just thought there's a few times where Aronson could have just been better. And after the third massive chance, this was me just trying to just get it, keep all of it together.
Trying not to kill
Paul,
anyone.
what was your? Yeah, I'm just trying to. I've got not enough hair as it is. I didn't want to rip the remaining bit out. I mean, Paul had hair like Fabio Saturday, and look at it now. What's your thoughts, Paul? That first half was very subpar, like I've said. And do you agree with Jay?
Yeah, the whole game, it was a poor performance. There's that whole game was very much an end of season performance that we needed to try and get through and try and get a result out of. I thought, Nonto wasn't doing very well. Aronson was infuriating the life out of me. I thought the biggest thing for me is usually we've got Firpo and Solomon on the left, or that's what we've had, and it's worked very, very well because Firpo has been able to overlap Solomon to allow Solomon to come inside, and Byron wasn't doing that. There was just a disconnect between the two of them throughout the whole of the first half. So consequently, what ended up happening is Solomon, although he was probably the best player on the pitch, he was constantly getting double teamed in the second half. And it wasn't until we all went, why the fuck is he substituted Wober on here? I don't understand. It's because we needed that left footer on. And that left footer makes the overlaps and makes the difference. It makes the difference completely. So Fark, tactical genius. But just the entire game, I was getting so stressed. So stressed. And then Nonto obviously scores the early goal in the second half. And you think, no, come on, this has got to be back on now. And then as the game sort of wears on, you think, oh, God, we're not going to do it. And then we do it. And then it's just absolute pandemonium and nobody's sleeping again for the night. I've said it before. It just feels like this has been one big, long 3-week party in that Leeds United can actually have nice things for a change. It's been great. But, the game yesterday, it was a horrible game yesterday. Horrible game. But we dug it out. We dug it out when we needed to. We showed the mentality that we needed to show. Which people didn't say
I agree, mate. And I thought Byron particularly was poor, James. I mean, there were countless times, like Paul's just alluded to there, when he brought, Byron, he kept going back. He plays it too safe for me. He's a good player, like a utility player to bring on when you can in the later minutes, just to show things up, maybe. But there was countless times where he could have just got it in the box for me, or even just took it along and packed that forward. But he plays it too safe for me, and he likes to go back. What did you reckon to his performance? And are there any performances that went up to par for you?
I mean, there was the obvious deficiency on the left without Firpo there, because we did miss him. Paul said him and Solomon have they're working really well together. They know when to go out, one to go wide, one to come inside. They sort of got that down. So there was that, and it was a bit frustrating. Well, not frustrating. I mean, I sort of expected it to be a bit disjointed over there. He did put in a couple of good balls as well. That one where it went across and sort of, I think the keeper touched it, and either Nonto or Bogle should have put it in, but I think the keeper got a touch. He did do a couple of good balls, but there was. I wasn't really looking at individual performances and going, "Oh, you're shit." I just think that Plymouth were playing like they were going to score 14 goals and stay up for some reason, but we just needed to bide our time. They were being ultra defensive. I ain't got a clue, mate.
Yes,
right, but they were being ultra defensive, even when they were like, it was 1-1. You're thinking, you're fucking down. It's like you got 10 minutes to go and you're taking the piss. Just give your fans a bit of football, for fuck's sake. Because I wanted to score more goals, but I weren't looking at individual performances. I just always thought we were going to win the game, and I didn't really care how we played. It wasn't a game for me to judge it. I was just like, let's just enjoy being champions at the end of this shite game, and that's what happened. So, Borehams a bit shit.
Yeah, I love that Farker brought Verber on, and it's like he's bringing a defender on, but as an attacking substitution.
Yeah.
Great,
he deserved his medal. He did. deserved as well.
He did.
Just before we get on to that, Jay, was Byram very unlucky for that first goal because we just got warned
Oh
a
God,
moment
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
We just got warned a moment
Yeah.
before, and that should have been 1-0 there in the first instance. But then it was a
Yeah.
great pass out wide, and then he runs on, takes about 3 or 4 of our players on, and then he hits the post. It comes off Byram. I mean, I think if Byram misses it, I think Hardy taps it in anyway. But is
Probably.
he a victim of circumstance, or is he
Oh,
built like
God, yeah.
a 90-degree angle?
Nah, he's very unlucky there. You can't account for that happening, can you? You can't anticipate that that's going to happen. It happens so fast that he couldn't possibly have done anything. So definitely unlucky. That guy, that Bundu, I think he was called. He was like prime Paolo one chop when he did that run. Like his legs were going in
I
all
was thinking
directions.
Kanu.
Yeah,
No one
well,
could
yeah,
Kanu, I was thinking.
it looked like you're all over the place, but the ball were going with him. It were uncanny.
Stop reading comments, or is he frozen again? Oh,
I was going to say, is he froze?
I think
He looks
he's
like he
He's
might
frozen.
have.
frozen on us. He's frozen on us.
Get out of the freezer, Dan. Get out of the freezer.
oh, there goes.
Sorry,
Hey,
it's James's internet. I don't believe
Throw it
it.
out.
James's
Throw
internet
it
is
out. It's good.
infectious. He's giving me a virus. Give me a virus.
You're an engineer.
I
You
don't know
can
what's
fix it.
like.
You're
Yeah,
fine, you're fine.
like you said,
Take
Jay,
it, you bitch.
some Windows.
Yeah, stop
Yeah.
downloading
Yeah.
porn, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Downloading it, I produce it, mate. Only
That's
dance.
half the reason.
Subscribe.
Jesus Christ.
Subscribe to
Only,
my only dance.
only Dan's on Dan's double D.
Yeah, exactly.
Gets you down on
Exactly,
your
yeah.
knees.
Oh, sick rhyme, bro.
Sorry
How old are
about
we
that.
again?
I don't,
yeah,
mate. It
so-
doesn't really matter anymore, does it?
Paul Byram, shit, unlucky.
He was unlucky for that goal. He was absolutely unlucky. The way that it ricochets and comes back off. But we've been warned twice before that actually happened. Bundu going down the left-hand side, he was left in absolutely acres of space twice. And it happened twice. I mean, what Rodon on LUTV said, I'm going to apologise for my language ahead of time, but I was shit on it. His actual words were, I was shit on the first goal. So it shouldn't happen the way that it did, but it did. But it was unlucky. There's not a lot else you can do about it. Shit happens, literally.
Yeah, but when that goal goes in, it's you're thinking,
It's Paul.
not again, not again. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. I just couldn't believe it, mate.
No,
it's fucking shite. But anyway, half time comes around, and then 7 minutes after the half time, we go on and score a well worked goal again by Solomon. Textbook Solomon, would you say, James?
Just really good at being a winger and scoring and setting up goals. I will say about the Byram own goal, I think we broke another record yesterday. I think they haven't lost a game when they've gone ahead for over a year. So
For over a year.
right.
thanks to
that's
Byram,
right.
we got another record. That was nice.
Parker, the record
But yeah,
breaker.
Todd Solomon just did what he's doing. He's too good for league, any when he's yeah. Fucking
Yeah, I
record
think-
breaker. Yeah, great.
It's
We'll
just
play,
someone
mate. Good goal.
So someone compared him to Somerville, but not getting found out. Is that a fair comparison, Paul? Because we know that Solomon likes to cut in on his right, doesn't he? He does that little shimmy, but I think his center
Yeah.
of gravity is too good that he
his
he goes to his right, but he's
Yeah.
not been found out.
here's what I'll
Does that
say.
make sense?
It does. Solomon's a team player. Somerville was an individual player. That's the difference between the two.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
the main
Sure.
difference between the two. And I don't mean that as a disrespect to Somerville, because what he did last season was phenomenal. But he was always looking to do the same thing every single time, whereas Solomon was a little bit different in what he would do in terms of the cutting in. He could do sometimes. He could overlap very, very well, or he could, cut on the outside, run in, play a ball across. Somerville didn't do that. Somerville was wanting the glory. He was, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You've got to back yourself if you think you're good enough and all of that kind of stuff. Just Solomon's different league of player in terms of what he can bring to the table, just in my opinion.
No, I agree. Dave's comment here. Solomon can go down the left and cross from the byline to Somerville never did that. That's exactly what that goal came from yesterday, Nonto's goal.
Yep.
Yeah. Bogle did get maybe a little touch on it, a flick on it for Nonto to tap it in, but still the point it remains, Solomon made that effort to get it into the box. I mean, is he your player of the season, Jay Solomon? Just out of
He's
curiosity.
certainly in the conversation. I found this quite a hard one to decide. I haven't actually made a decision yet on who it is, because there's a lot of candidates in that team. What I will say, it's funny that with Somerville, teams took him out the game towards the end of the season by putting 2 men on him. Solomon had 2 men on him yesterday, and he still did what he did. He still arseholed them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I as a player all round as part of the team, he's a better fit for this team than Somerville was. Somerville did want to grab the big moments, and you do need players that'll do that and can do that. But the way our team's set up now, it's more about the team than it is about any individuals. Everyone seems to have bought into that.
Yeah, according to Transfer Market, he's estimated to be about 12 million euros. So it could be 10 to 12. Is that a good deal, James? Would you sign him straight away? First signing for Leeds United?
I'll take. Yeah. I think getting a good winger in the Premiership is good, because his low centre of gravity and speed, he'll be able to get past players the way he gets past Championship players. I mean, they're not as good, but he's got that about him. He was doing it in the Premier League when he was playing in there, when he's not injured. So absolutely happy for that signing. The thing I will say about Somerville, he is still quite young, and that was his first full season. So maybe that needs to be adapted into as a game, being a bit more of a team player, because I think he won't really get very far if he's just constant. He has to be absolutely messy to be able to play individually. So I think, a bit of experience, Somerville might, had that into his game, but yeah, Solomon's got it all. So I'm 10 to 12 million. Fucking hell, snap your hand off for that. How much was Augustin?
For last year of his contract, I think that's probably enough. I mean, Spurs have turned around and said if it's for the right price, they'll let him go, because I can't see him getting into the Spurs team. Can you see him improving Spurs? I don't really see that. I think they've got a big rebuild.
Now, yeah. See where they are.
Yeah, he would. At a very moment in time, he would.
All right, never mind. A year in his contract. Joe Blackburn's lying to us. He's making us look silly in order to, he's short above our. That's disgusting, Joe. You come on here. He's
Terrible
behavior.
Terrible
It's
behaviour.
just because you're on
bullshit.
the Roses team, right, and we're on the Peacocks. Come in here, give us this information.
Try to disrupt us.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know? It all makes sense now, Jay. He comes on here and he just tries to disrupt us, trying to get edge and that. No, you're in for it now, Joe. Just you wait, mate.
I think with regards to Solomon, I think we'll get him for 15. I think it'll be 15 million.
I think that's fair.
We'll get him for.
I think that's fair. If he continues this patch of games, because let's not forget, he has stood up and been counted
End of the season now, Dan, mate.
for the past 6 games, hasn't he? And I thought he's been really. What's he got? Has he got 10 goals and 12 assists this season?
Yeah, 22. It's 22.
He's got an 8-pack.
Yeah, and an 8-pack. Yeah, and I saw that stat actually from LUFC data, I believe, and it's like the last person to get that was Pablo Hernandez, with 12 goals and 12 assists, which is fucking great. Do you know what I mean? For me personally, we do sign him.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about the offside goal. Someone mentioned it in the comments. I do believe that the initial pass was onside, but I think Bogle got a touch to it, which made him offside. What's your opinions on that, Jay?
I only looked at the still image of it where it looked like he was onside to me, so I've not rewatched it in slow motion or anything since. I couldn't really tell you.
On the show.
I just haven't rewatched that particular bit. I don't really remember it.
Booting him
No,
off. Well, you can fuck off now. You're on to the question.
Hey,
Jesus.
No, I'd never do that to Jay. I'd never do that to Jay. What about you, James? Do you think Bogle gets a touch on it? Or just is it the officials trying to keep the cash cow in the
It was a
league?
goal. Fucking goal.
Fuck 'em.
That's it.
Fuck
I don't
'em.
care if you did touch it, you didn't touch it. It's a goal. It's a goal.
If you look at the way that he touches it, that he allegedly touches it as well, if that's the case, there's no way that the linesman sees that. None whatsoever at all. So we've had 7 legitimate offside goals this season. So as far as I'm concerned, we're on 102 goals scored, as far as I care. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
And while they're there, they could give Sheffield the 2 points back if they want. Right. There's something I need to address in the chat. It's this guy, and we all know where this is going. In order to ruin his day, I have to slowly just show him this image. Your best friend. There you go.
wow.
Yeah. Well, it saves him, right?
Gone now.
Saves him, right.
Scared her off, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So pandemonium when Solomon scores. You know, I tweak my nipples, put the old tassels back on. But yeah, I thought we were lucky to grind it out, but that's what champions do. We grind it out, and we are by 10 points, which Joe Wayman did call out, saying that we'll be 10 points clear. So credit to Joe for keeping the faith. But what a picture, boys! What a picture!
I love a video of Largy dancing on the plane, and he's just like on one. Bloody ace.
Yeah, I think Largy's is life of the party, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be absolutely mental tomorrow.
He's
have you seen
them get to that first promotion? He is.
Have you seen that video as well of the Sheffield United podcast people, where one of them says that's it now, they'll tail off, and we should. Yeah. I reckon we'll win the league by 10 points.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I think it was Johnny Brown who quoted it as well and said, "Look at these idiots, absolute idiots, man." But given our history, you can't really blame them. But Cool Hands put a comment in. Please don't block me for my opinion. We don't do that, mate. You've not obviously been in before for a while. I'm still Farker out. I just don't think he can see what's wrong when we are under pressure. Mezin goal was unforgivable for me. October, sacked. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, mate. We are going to talk about it. We'll get back to that, all right? So I'll just star you. But I just do want to get people's overall thoughts about the game, and then we'll go on to that, mate, all right? So overall thoughts of the game, Paul, go.
Shit, but good.
Good. James? Good, but shit.
Made it interesting for the drama. It was all good. All seasons, all good for me.
You're too positive. We could be in the gallows, about to be hanged. You'd be like, yeah, well, it only happens once. All right.
Yeah, but I'll see you go first, and that'll cheer me
up. Nice. Yeah, okay. Terrible. I know, but he's not. To be fair, Paul.
Yeah.
He's not the only one.
We're both going to be there. We're both getting killed. Don't
worry
about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It just. I might block him when I'm swaying. What we're talking about, Jay? Let's go. What's your overall review of that game, mate?
Not pretty, but got the job done.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Right then, let's move on to the next segment. Then that's dust done and dusted. We did come out 2-1 champions with a Manor Solomon late goal to crown us champions. And I don't know if you've seen the Lions Den TV, I believe, the Millwall fans who recorded it there. Apparently, according to the video, they were all cheering, and then we heard they heard that we scored at 1-1, and then apparently they were all waiting because they were 3-1 up at this point to run on the pitch at the final whistle, but then heard that Manor Solomon scored. I love the guy for absolutely pissing on their bonfire. But how harsh is it? How harsh is it that they've got 100 points and not lost since November and still haven't won the league? But in contrast, that just
they deserve it.
They deserve it. You can't bore your way to the title. It's that simple. We scored more goals than them. We were more entertaining.
They would have if we weren't here, mate.
But just we were better in every department. So apart from the goalkeeper for a little stretch of it, but just we were just. I listened to Parker. If you told me that you get 100 points and not lose in 30 games and that you didn't win the title, I'd tell you you're absolutely mad. Just fuck off, you school teacher.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of him? Part live. Yeah, have you seen that? Where is it Fulham? Is it Fulham where it's like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta do this thing, and he's got the fucking thing in the background. That's funny.
It's great, isn't it?
Right, let's go into this section. It's called Guess the Player. If you are new here, what I do is I will get some. Yep, Guess the Player is you. Come on, Jay, you've been here before. So basically, what I do is I bring up a picture of a player, and it's got a box on the head, not a real box. It's digitally altered because I put it there, and you've got to try and guess who that player is. And I'll ask the panel, and then we'll give me a series of random names. Random is the best I can put it. So I want you to put your guesses in the comments. Now then, this is this week's Guess the Player. Are you ready, Paul?
Born ready, like you would not.
Born ready.
Nursing a semi.
This is this week's Guess the Player. Now, this Real Madrid player, now he's considered a legend, an absolute legend. He was born quite a while ago, in some year. He's 180 centimeters. He's played for Real Madrid all this time, and he went to Germany, went to Al Sadd. He's played for New York Cosmos. Obviously, came through the ranks at Real Madrid, and his nickname is that guy that played for Real Madrid. Who do you think it is? Go on then, Paul. Give us a guess, mate. Who do you think it is? He was a runner-up in the Ballon d'Or, by the way.
Stephen Naismith.
Stephen Naismith is a good guess. What about you, James? Who do you think it is? He won the DFB Pokal and the DFL Super Cup in Germany. He scored 44 goals for his national team. Who do you think it is, mate? James? Jay, who do you think it is?
I actually have no idea. I'm totally thrown back because you said came through the ranks and then gone to Germany. I can't even think of it. I'm just going to go with Raul. I don't know if he played in Germany.
It's a good shout. It's a good shout. James, do you have a name? I know you have a name. Don't get funny.
Yeah.
Do you have a name in your head
Sorry.
who you think this player is? Because we've got Zidane, bloody hell.
It's
Zidane's little sister. Got Raul Gonzalez. We've got someone actually did put Zidane. Don Quixote. Duncan Ferguson from Oliver. Hadi Sacco. Jemba. What do you reckon? Oh, we've got one here.
I'm going.
We've got
Wallard Jackson.
Roddy Pickering.
Wallard Jackson
Jackson
from EastEnders. The
Rebecca
dog.
Lewis.
Bobby Jackson.
Well,
She's busy wanking off a pig, so.
yeah, that's true. This, I will put you out of your misery. This is what you saw. It is our very own, Paul from Leeds Therapy.
That's fucking frightening. Jesus Christ.
Paul.
That's like
He's here on the
a
podcast.
fever dream.
Paul Gonzalez. Leeds therapy is on. We are in the midst of football royalty. How do you remember those days, Paul? Fluent in Spanish, obviously.
Con Balladana, Sacoso, Scotcho, Don Pablo. Hey! It's a great time. It's lovely.
Yeah, well, there you go. That is this week's Guess the Player.
Sounds it.
Excuse the 10 seconds of dead air that James let in. We'll move on. Right then, Farker has been backed
Just went
by
silent. I couldn't hear
Parag.
anything. I was just like,
All right. Anyway, Farker James has been backed by Parag, which we'll get onto Cool Hand Luke comment in a second. But is this the right for you? Is this the right choice?
yeah, I think it's stupid for any other choice, given what he's done. And yeah, he should have done it with all the money he's had, the best squad, but he still went out and done it. He still went out and give us like records galore. So I mean, what more do you want from him? You can only give him the chance, and if he does shit, then pretty much they will get rid of him and say you've done shit. But you've got to give him the chance. And I think if he's backed enough and he can implement some of this way of playing, not conceding chances and scoring loads of goals, yes, it's in the Premier League, but if we can see some sort of remnants of that, I think he'll be all right. But time will tell, won't it? If he's shit, he'll be gone. Simple.
Yeah. Jay, if just in case you don't remember his comment, this is it. It says, please don't block me for this opinion, which we bought. I'm still Farker out. I just don't think he can see what's wrong when we are under pressure. Mezingo was unforgivable for me. October sacked. Now, what's your opinions on that? He's entitled to the opinion, but you know what I mean.
I don't
saying
agree
it's wrong
with
or
that.
right.
I don't agree with that.
Right.
I think you can look at the thing about Melee and say, "Oh, he should have changed it sooner. He should have changed it sooner." If he'd taken him out straight away when all that was happening, he'd probably destroyed the guy, for good. I'd rather he had taken him out, but I understand why he didn't. I don't think that's a stick to beat him with. He tried to give a guy a chance to redeem himself. He failed to do so, so he changed him. That's it for me. I don't see it as a big weakness. I don't see it as a big, he's too sentimental and all that. If he were too sentimental, he wouldn't have absolutely stopped giving Joseph any kind of game time at all. He'd have still been pushing him and trying to pick him and start him in games. He didn't. He did what was right for the team.
Yeah. But, What? Before I give my thoughts, Paul, what's your thoughts on the old? Obviously, he's been backed by Parag, and on Luke's comment there.
Luke's entitled to his opinion. We all are. That's the whole reason why we do this, is to try and have an open discussion about stuff. It doesn't mean that we all have to agree with everybody. For me, it's the right choice. For me, it's the right thing to do. He's broken literally every record going for us this season. It's just been ridiculous. I made some notes earlier on. 92 games, 56 wins, 22 draws, 14 lost, 176 scored. Win percentage overall of the two seasons of 61%. This season it's 63%. It's just, he wasn't backed in the first season that he went up with Norwich. Norwich told him that they weren't expecting him to stay up, that they were just using it as a way of being able to generate some money going up and down with the parachute payments. It's just, and then you've got the Gladbach thing, which everybody goes on about. He didn't fail at Gladbach. He was mid-table with Gladbach. He did okay. He beat Bayern Munich. It's just, people see the failure with Norwich. They didn't back him. They absolutely 100% didn't back him. We need to give him the opportunity. We absolutely have to give him the opportunity to do it. And I think with the right backing, sensible procurement, and the team that is around, because they are a team. That's the thing. They're a team of Leeds United. It's not just the players. Somebody else mentioned it on Joe's stream earlier on tonight. It's the back office staff. It's everybody. That we've got this functioning thing now, and with the right backing, it could go even further. Absolutely go even further. He just needs to be backed. And if he fucks it up, he'll be sacked. It's that simple. Yes, he's
I
been
agree.
infuriating at times. Yes, we've not agreed with everything that he's done. And yes, we think it should make substitutes earlier, this, that, but everything. But he's been proved right this season. He's been 100% proved right.
Yeah, I mean, my 2 cents on it. I think he should be backed in the summer, and I believe he will. I'm not saying this is Luke's personality, but there's some people on on a certain website that rhymes with schmecks that it's almost as if they want him to fail in order to be right. And if Farke fails, we fail as a team and a club. I personally believe that because they use Norwich and Gladbach to beat Farke, and I believe that if he gets the signings correct, and he does need to adapt when he goes up to the Premier League, he won't have this flowing football that we've got now. It all depends on Firpo. Pirro, I don't think he'll do it in the Premier League, but it'd be good as a support striker, maybe. I just don't. I like, even we've just won the league with 100 points. Yes, by goal difference, but we've won the league. The fact is, we've won the league. We're top of the league, gone up as champions. It's our 14th title in our history, or trophy, I should say. And just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. The past 24 hours, there's people that are just looking for negatives. And I'm just like, why are you being so negative? Just enjoy it. You're entitled to your opinion, but I don't understand why you want to why you're worrying. I put a meme out. I put like a video meme out yesterday saying, why are we stressing when we don't have to stress until the 18th of June when the fixtures come out?
Yeah,
just enjoy it. We've got the parade tomorrow. Yeah, I know. And
Smarty makes a really good point here, where he says, let's not forget the absolute chaos he inherited when we were relegated from the Premiership. It massively goes under the radar. And also, as well, let's not forget what he then had to rebuild again for this season. So he's had to do that twice. I mean, look, to give you an idea, let me read some bits out, if you wouldn't mind, if you would just indulge me for a second.
Go for it.
Sorry. On the BBC News, when that was put up that he was staying, it just said the real story, just comments underneath. The real story here is Jose Mourinho didn't want to come to Leeds. That's the real and only story here to see, to be honest. All of the candidates whose names were fielded through the media received a rather tepid endorsement over far. So the board decided to back their current guy. How do you know? Do you have an inside scoop on what Leeds United are doing? You don't. You're talking shy. You're quiet. That's the first biggest mistake. Hopefully we sign players under another manager. Hopefully we sign players another manager can use when we ultimately replace Farke. What?
Yeah.
Going to be a regretful decision,
Why are
unfortunately.
these football fans? Why?
I swear to God.
Four reasons. One, not recognising or wanting to change Meslier after Sunderland. Reason two, lack of subs to change the game, often waiting until the 75th minute plus. We are top of the league. We've just won the title. We've just scored the most goals possible and broken our conceded record at the same time as well. And we've just won the 6 games at the end of the season. Just behave yourselves. Not finished. 3, Ramazani game changer not being played. 4, Aronson, do I need to even say? Just enjoy. Look,
well,
look at that.
Those are personal nitpicks for me that he's using to go against Farke. Yeah. I agree with the subs. He does need to make his subs better. I just need to. I don't know if that's a mistake or are you shouting? Are you shouting at your screen? You're shouting at me. I don't know. But probably yeah, look, that's great. Look at what I said. This probably isn't you, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about different people on the Twitter sphere. And if you wanted to succeed, that's fine. But there's people out there that don't. But anyway, yeah. So we all in agreement then that Farke is the right man, and we need to back him. Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
100%. Now then, into the summer, where how many? We talked about it last week, but I think we need 6 to 8 signings with this thing because I've got a list here. Right, these are potential goings. So we've got Solomon, which obviously is on loan. Meslier will be an outgoing. Byram, Firpo, Gilavogi, Rothwell, and maybe Cairns or something. Mateo Joseph possibly going out on loan. So I could see about at least 10 outgoings. James, what do you see a busy summer? We've already been linked to 2 European players. James?
That's me because I didn't hear it again. It went silent.
Right. So, yeah, right. So I can
Yeah,
see about 10
I think
people
it'll be very
leaving.
busy.
Okay. Paul,
Yes.
what's your thoughts on summer?
There's going to be. I think it's going to be. There's going to be quite a lot of change. I'm
Someone left years
pretty
ago.
confident. I'm confident that there'll be a lot of change. I think Melier will go definitely. I think Firpo signs a new contract. I think Gilavogi won't be here any longer. I'd love to sign Rothwell, but I don't think we sign Rothwell, so we'll need another central midfielder in. We are definitely going to get a number 10, if not 1 or 2. I actually think our wingers are pretty much covered with what we've got at the moment. Solomon will probably be the big signing. We need a number 9 as well. Without a shadow of a doubt, we need a number 9. My overall prediction, I think Joseph goes in the summer. I've got a feeling that he's going to be gone in the summer.
Who was that? Sorry, did you cut out then? Who's going in the
Joseph,
summer?
I think Joseph goes in the
Really?
summer. Yeah, I think he goes back to Spain.
Would you? So you take the? Is it about 15 million for him from? Is it Real Betis or one at Spanish?
I
team?
wouldn't. I'd like him to stay because I think there's a really, really good player in there. But I just think he will feel that it's the right time for him to go. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm completely wrong. And this is purely speculation. There's no real news or anything in this. But I can see him going.
Personally, I see him getting loaned out because I think he just needs that confidence. I think he'll be back in the Championship, but I think, apparently the offer's back on the table for him. What I've been seeing today, the offer's back on the table from that Spanish team. But I mean, this is a good point from Smart here. Do we know that Mez wants to go? Is he our number 2?
I don't think he should be given a choice.
No, he's got to. He shouldn't be given the opportunity. He should have gone 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
for me.
Wait, is he walking the plank for you, James? Is Melier out the door?
Who?
Oh,
he is a plank.
Melier.
I think he's out the door. Yeah, I think he's out the door, mate. I like him. He always looks like he's just got out of bed. Sometimes he plays like he's just got out of bed. I do think at one point there'll be a good keeper there, but it's just been too many very basic things that a keeper needs to do that he hasn't done. He's got to go. He's got to go.
He has to, doesn't he? For me, I think his time at Leeds is up. I do think his time at Leeds is up, and he does need to move on. Maybe he's still a young keeper. There is a good keeper in there, but I just feel like it just got too much for him in the end. And I thought that was our pivotal point of the season.
Big time.
When you got switched out for Darlow, because what's Darlow conceded 2 goals in 6 games or something, 7 games, whatever it is. It's been absolutely crazy.
My player of the season because he can catch.
Yeah, basic requirement. We're all like over the moon about it. Yeah, the thing with Melier is just, I don't know. He needs to go because you can't have a guy that just puts a sense of panic into both the fans and the players on the pitch when he's picked. You just can't.
Just a comment here from Saviour. We need more members if we are going to fix James's internet. Yeah, that's it. All proceeds from this channel go to James's internet and mine, apparently. But yeah, another keeper. I just saw a comment from...
It's a team effort.
Where's Dave's comment? Oh, basically, wait, here we go. Andrew put this. 2 9s, a number 10, a left back, centre left back, and a keepette. I mean, personally, I would go.
A keepette. That's
we
a
need
mini
a
keeper.
Keepette, yeah, that's a small French keeper. But yeah, I mean, how many do we think? How many are we thinking, guys? Between 6 and 8 signings, Jay?
Yeah. There's got to be 8 at least, aren't there? We need a fair whack. It's just whether the money's there or not. It should be, but who knows?
Yeah. That's what I said. Would you keep Millie here or James's laptop?
That's a tough call.
That's yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tough call at the moment.
My laptop for
Yeah.
comedy value.
So yeah, Firpo. I think Firpo will sign the contract. I think the contract's been there all season. I think he's just waiting to see where we'd be. Now we've gone up as champions. I mean, tell him from the the Leeds United sphere or the poster being that there's quite a few players saying sign the contract. So maybe that's a bit of an inside
Yeah,
thing from there. But
I think
I
Margie
hope
replied to him saying that. didn't
Yeah.
Yeah,
he?
it's,
Sign the thing.
It's a DJ gig. It's
Yeah.
got it's nothing to do with
Yeah.
comedy.
Do you think is the redemption arc completed for Firpo for you, Jay? Because I know that when he first came in, he had a torrid time.
I mean, he's gone from somebody that you didn't want to see in the team to a really important part of the team over the course of this season. So I think you got to say, yeah, he's had his redemption arc, but it could always go back the other way if he plays in the Premier League next year.
Yeah. No, here he is. Look, our boy.
What a
What
guy,
a-
though.
What a beautiful man that is. Look at that.
Yeah.
The little fat topless kid in the background kind of ruins the photo, but, never mind.
Well, no one noticed that, Jay, until you pointed it out. So it's a bit disturbing. That's the main thing that you focus on.
Yeah, the fat naked
well.
kid. Do you know what I mean?
You look straight at him, you did, Jay.
There's just
It's
some poor
like-
choices going on
Tits
there,
as
is all
well.
I want to say.
His eyes just went straight. Oh, there's a fat little kid there. But they are harder to kidnap. So I've heard. But
Apparently so.
as soon as Parag announced that Farker was staying, I put
Just
this
get
out.
sweets.
I am fucking leaving. Yeah. So sorry if I go. James, would you be sad to see Firpo go?
No, I think on average
Ah.
he's balanced himself out. He had a couple of seasons of dog shit, and then he's had a season and a half of being a very, very good fullback in the championship. Let's be real about it. It's in the championship. I do still question his defensive ability, and I think he'll be tested a lot more up there. I don't know. I'm a bit worried about it if he does stay, if I'm being honest. But I wouldn't begrudge it either because he has been amazing. So I don't know. I think we'll definitely need somebody else because I think he might be swapped out fairly quickly if we do keep him.
Yeah, I just hope he don't. If he does stay and he does start playing in the Premier League, I hope he just amends his game because under Jesse Marsh it was a bit fucking nuts, wasn't it? Paul, what about I know you've alluded to it, but Firpo, does he leave?
No, I think he stays.
Yeah.
The missed positive. I genuinely do believe that he stays. I think his partner / wife has alluded to it. I think he's also alluded to it in an interview that he is very, very, very settled now, and his kids are extremely settled as well, which I think is important. Who are we talking about? What
Firpo.
happened was Firpo. All right, fine. Yeah, Firpo. So his kids are very, very settled, everything like that. So it's he stays as far as I think he signs a new contract.
Yeah, I do. I think it's been there all season. I just think he's been waiting to see if we're up or down. And I personally, I'd like to see him stay, but I think James is bang on the money where we need someone in. I mean, we need to start looking now if if he is going. But one thing we do need to talk about before we actually move on to the next segment is this guy. Just in this Golden Boot winner with 19 goals, should have been 20, but fully deserved. Jay,
Big time, yeah. Worked his socks off for us. I mean, he's had some.
Should have been
poor
about
games.
30, to be honest.
Yeah, he's had some poor games, but he's come up when we've really needed him. He could have had more goals, like you say, but he's still top scorer in league, and we've gone up as champions. So it's hard to argue that he's not done his job.
yeah, I mean, I remember mid-season, James, when we were talking about what does Perot do, where does he do it, what's his best position. I mean, I didn't have him down as Golden Boot winner, but we know he can score a goal. But I'm glad to see him get the golden boot, aren't you?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's nice to see some rewards.
Absolutely, mate. But the thing that about him was he went through that period where he literally did look like he was doing fuck all on the pitch. He wasn't mobile. He wasn't linking very well. Some of the things were coming off him, passing it to nobody. But it seemed to get better, and a lot in front of goal. There's no worries about him. But his overall play improved as well. And even when he weren't scoring at the end, he was a lot more involved in the build up. And some of his balls, like that ball to Nonto, fucking class ball against Stoke,
That were amazing.
Bristol City.
Yeah, unbelievable pass.
Pablo-esque.
Yeah, so he improved. Yeah, he improved that part of his game, which is what we were all waiting for. So yeah, but he should have scored a lot more goals.
Yeah. What's your thoughts in Paul?
I rate him as a player. He's young still. He's been the Championship's top scorer for the last few seasons. Yeah, he could have had a bag full more goals this season. I think what's going to work well for him next season in the Premiership, I'm not going to say that he's going to be an incredible goal-scoring machine next season, but I think what will work well for him is the positions that he likes to take up. He will be afforded a touch more time on the ball than what he has been in the Premiership. So it'll give us an opportunity to see a bit more of his kind of style. I mean, he's got swagger and style about him, hasn't he? So I really rate him. I think he's been brilliant. I'd just like to see if he could do it in the Prem. And I think he's very much a confidence player. He's a bit like Bamford in a way that it was in terms of the way that he tends to score in gluts, doesn't he? It's not consistently game after game after game after game after game after game, but it seems to be he'll go through a period of a couple of games where he'll just score an absolute hat full of goals. So yeah, I think he'll do quite well. But I've loved him this season.
I think Bamford getting fit towards the end sort of brought the best out of him as well, because he knew that there was some competition there suddenly. Because he'd seen off Joseph long before that. He knew that he was now the main guy up front. And yeah, there's as James was saying, he did have a period where like his link-up play were terrible and nothing were really working for him. He looked lazy at times, but he seemed to come through that. And I don't know, just his overall game seemed to improve towards the back end of the season.
Yeah.
I just want to say something, Luke. I've just put you in timeout, mate, because I don't want to see. I'm a veteran as well. I've served, and I don't want this sort of thing going on in my chat, please. You know what I mean? Everyone's cool. We're all friends here, mate. So I've just put you in timeout, okay? No hard feelings. All right. Sorry, what were you going to say? What were you saying, Jay?
I'd finished, mate. I were done. I were done.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, Danny.
This Bamford will be working in Tesco's next season. Right then, so let's move on then. We all know, because this is the sort of the parade tomorrow. We'll be seeing the boys in this.
Oh yes,
fantastic.
Everyone going apart from you, James. Are you coming up? Are you coming?
I'm going.
I'm going as well. Paul's going.
No,
in the chat, are you going? No.
Boo! Plastic arm Jeff and James. Plastic arm Jeff. Boo!
Unbelievable. Boo!
I curse you for not attending the parade.
I'll be attending the. I'm
all right. I'll let all you do it. I'm good.
Yeah.
We'll be on pissed, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll be meeting up with Smarty in the morning. This is me and him outside the train station. The absolute BFG that he is.
Is that meant to be me and you stood at his feet tomorrow?
That's me and you next to him in the. In fact, that was me and James next to him in the Peacock.
Oh, God.
All right, why have you got snow on your head?
He needs to
that high up. Right then, let's go on to the final segment. Where are we?
Can you hear me?
Send a pigeon up.
I'm all the way down here.
With a message.
If you look down, just look. No, look down here. Smart. Hello.
I'll ring you. I'll ring you.
He's like... He knows. He knows. It's all love. But I've actually. He likes to go to Wales a lot, and I took a picture of him on the beach. This is his Crocs. He's a Croc wearer. Anyway, you're distracting me. It's not the smartest show, is it? You're distracting me. So let's get into this
That was when he was a
week's
kid.
Top Knob.
Yes, this is this part of the podcast where we nominate people that have pissed us off during the week, putting them in the middle. We decide on a winner, sometimes all of them. Mostly it's dictators and international breaks, but you know, they all go on to Top of the Knobs, and we will decide a winner of Top of the Knobs soon. So, who has pissed you off? If you've got any Top Knob nominations, please put them in the comments, and I'll read them out. If they, don't get us banned, I've been banned by beyond me, but thanks for turning up. Jay, who's pissed you off? You've had chance. You know what's coming. You've had chance to think about it.
Do you know what? I'll go for Scott Parker just for existing and for making our lives harder than they needed to be this year. And for being a bit of a prick.
A bit of a prick. Is that because he wears a $4,000 Bladigan?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Prick and a knob.
Okay.
I bet he's got one of them that heats
so
up when you press a button on it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, God, he's one of them, isn't
He will be.
Yeah. That just every time there's a postman, he stares out of them like that. Like, we'll see. Paul,
Yes.
like I've ordered loads of weights. I've ordered loads of dumbbells via Amazon. I don't need them. I just feel like the postman needs to lose weight. But Paul, who's pissed you off this week?
Who's pissed me off this week?
Yeah.
Gabby Adbongla Knobhead
Oh yeah, good shout.
is the one that's pissed me off this
Well,
week.
why? Do tell.
Because he's full of shit. Is the easiest way of saying it. He's an appalling pundit. He just
So
let's just say
people.
I know, but just he's full of shit. He's just I know he's and TalkSport actually. TalkSport as a whole conglomerate can fuck off. There you go. That's it. TalkSport. I changed my mind. It's TalkSport. Dickheads.
Happy clappers. Am I a happy clapper, Andy? I like to know that.
You've just happily got the
Oh,
clap.
spot.
That's what I heard.
I'm a happy clapper. I just go around getting fixed, getting clapped, getting fixed, getting clapped. Yeah, it's a hard process, mate. It's tiring.
It sounds like
It takes it out of you. There's only
It's
so many
intense.
times where you
My
can pee
name is
burning.
Danny Double D's and it stings when I pee.
I got the clap. I got the clappity clap. Oh my God. Blankety blank. Clappity clap. Anyway, welcome to the Not Love Leeds podcast, the international waters of a Leeds podcast. James, who's your top knob, mate?
My top knob is a very special top knob, and it's not for one person. It's for a number of people that have banged on about Burnley's defensive record, because ultimately it didn't win them the league. So all you people that have been jizzing off over Burnley's ability to stop them scoring, we won the league. Thank you, Paul. Top knobs.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with that because, frankly, I like it. All those people that wanked off the defensive record who finished second can be this week's top knob. So you are this week's
Top Knob.
best jingles in the game. Clappity clap, clappity clap. That's going to be in my mind all night now.
Look at my
yes.
clap.
Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Exactly.
Anyway,
You get it.
I've got
that
clappity clap.
That took a turn.
That's getting clipped. Yeah, so thank you everyone, especially just your raid people who stuck around. Thank you very much. I hope you liked and subscribed to us. We did pass 1,000 a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely buzzing.
Big up.
And we
Well done,
got a member last week as well, so that's a big step for us. Here he is, the man himself.
Do you ever
So
let him out?
celebrating promotion, maybe. If he likes and subscribes, then yeah, he gets 10 minutes in the garden. And then the title is
It's better than getting the hose.
yeah,
He's tied up.
yeah, he's tied up and he's in the garden. He's on a lead, you know what I mean? I spray him with water if I can. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the episode. Please do like and subscribe. Paul, thanks for coming on, mate. What's going on with the channel?
He's got a muzzle.
Are you doing are you doing a vlog tomorrow?
We give him squeaky toys.
No, I won't do a vlog. That's not my style of thing to do. So I'm sure loads of other people will be doing that. I will be. I've got a couple of season reviews. I think I'm going to be doing like the most important games, or from my opinion, what I think the most important games were in the season and stuff and things like that. So yeah, I've got stuff coming up, but yeah, I think I need a rest from making videos at this moment in time, just to sort of decompress.
No, yeah. If you don't already, where can we find you, mate? Is it on YouTube, Twitter?
Yeah, you can find me underneath your bed. You can also find me sometimes in your cupboards, and occasionally round the bike shed sniffing seats. But usually you can find me on the channel The Leeds Therapy.
Exactly. Please, if you don't already, please go over there and just subscribe to Paul. He does some great videos, and he needs to lay down after very emotional, draining games, which I don't believe him. And he's a great footballer.
Out your cupboards.
He's a great footballer. That's why he's on the Peacocks, the mighty Peacocks. Paul Gonzalez.
That's fucking frightening. That looks like I'm coming to, like, I want to eat your giblets or whatever.
Are you coming? Fucking hell, is that what you look?
Well, that's just no. You know, for
anyway,
no face changes.
Yeah.
Giblets.
Jay, I believe you did Baradi and Cokes today.
It's coming to eat your giblets.
Yeah, we did one this morning, me and Carl. We don't know what the schedule's meant to be because Gilly posted it in our group chat and cut the last part of the season off. So we just said, fuck it, we'll do a B&C this morning. But yeah, we did that. It was a decent show. Bit of chat about the game and that, and just talk about where we're going and things like that. But we should have a normal main pod Tuesday, and there'll be some kind of end of season roundup at some point where Gilly will find loads of wonderful clips where we say stupid stuff and make us all look like idiots. Even
he likes doing that, doesn't he?
On a normal day, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I want to add a late entry to Top Knob, an honourable mention to my sister-in-law Laura. About that, I can spell it how I want. She's giving me grief for spelling Top Knob weird. So I can spell it how I want. It's my fucking show. Fuck you. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is obviously the last normal podcast for the season. I would like to thank
fuck off.
Every last one of you for being with us this season, commenting, liking, subscribing. We'd really do appreciate it, and it spurs us on to keep going. Knowing that you want us to come on and chat absolute bollocks with different people. So Herbert, you're right. Normal, weekly. I'll say weekly unique. But we do in a couple of weeks' time. There won't be a podcast next week, but in a couple of weeks' time, it is the NALPers, the Not Another Leeds Podcast Awards, which we will go through. And I am yet to invite the guests. They will be on soon. So not next week, the week after is the second annual NALPers. So make sure you dress up and get ready for that. Is there anything that anybody wants to mention? Anything like that before we go? I do need to actually talk about. I know Joe's in the comments. Hello. Sorry.
Hang on. I will be. Alfie, come here.
It's comfort. Come here.
One's escaped. It's comfort. Alfie, come here. Come here. Come and say hello.
Jay spotted him straight away. Kid.
He looked through and went.
It's like, no, I'm not getting involved in that, Dad. No chance.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Bryn.
Yeah, if any of you have seen my video that I did for the review of the game against Plymouth, he just appeared like a vision in my last video, but with his fake AK-47 stood to the side of me, just clicking the firing button and pointing it at me whilst I'm trying to do a review video. I was just like, yeah, that's fine. That's you crack on. son.
Fucking
It's not a
hell.
problem.
Kids,
So yeah, no podcast next
Did you think you were
week,
getting
but the
swatted?
week after.
swatted. God.
Anyway, so yeah, please do like and subscribe. I do appreciate every one of you, and it does spur us on. And hopefully next season we can get James's internet up and running with those Premier League wages.
That's
But
it.
yeah,
That's it.
so the Nalpers, I will put posts out, but I like to thank my guests again, Paul and Jay, for coming on and taking the time out, and obviously my
Pleasure.
counterpart, James. So obviously,
Anytime.
not next week, but we'll see you at the second annual Nalpers. So take it easy.